ain't approved me for no food stamps. I got bed bugs, roaches, rats, and STDs.
Hey, what is up guys? Today I'm filming a commentary video. I'm going to be talking about AI yet again because it's been taking over pretty much everything and I feel like it should be addressed, and how it's being used is not for like the greater good right now. So if you're new, subscribe, like this video, comment, check out my other videos if you haven't already, check out my shorts, all my socials are linked down below. Check out my podcast, Pray But Minded. It's on Spotify and on YouTube, so follow me on there, watch my episodes. It helps me out a lot, and turn your post notifications. So today we're specifically going to be talking about the assist AI videos that's been all over TikTok right now, and I'm just going to be talking about my thoughts on it because it's been pushed out a lot into the algorithm, and then it's just portraying a lot of stereotypes, and it feels like we're kind of going backwards as a society right now. So the crazy thing is, I feel like AI could have been used for a tool, but I feel like lately people have been using it for harmful things and spreading misinformation. I wouldn't be so bothered by AI if it wasn't used for harmful things and it wasn't affecting the environment. I don't think I would care, you know, but everyone is kind of using it in commercials. It's being used pretty much everywhere. Like, I can't even explain how annoying it is. I remember someone posting a video the other day at the, what was it, the Del Mar Fair, and someone was saying that they're using AI art on the rides, and it used to be like hand sprayed, handwritten drawings, but now it's AI. Like, everything is AI right now. So, and it just kind of gives lazy sometimes. Like, I just feel like people just, because you can just go on ChatGPT or whatever and generate any type of prompt or however you want to make your art look like, and I think that's why it gives lazy to me, because it's not, there's no real creativity with it, you know. Ones I've been mostly seeing is about Black people, and you'll kind of see a pattern with it. Pattern is they portray every stereotype that every Black person is on EBT. They're always driving Nissan Altimas and always crashing them. They have a bunch of baby daddies. They're coming in and out of jail. Just every harmful thing, right?
Carried this baby for 9 months and he want to act like he ain't got responsibilities. He got jungle Wi-Fi but can't text me back. He out here beating his chest but won't beat these child support payments.
I also been seeing videos of people using AI and portraying Black people as Bigfoot or gorillas. The gorillas are more pushed out in the media, probably because they're getting a lot of views, probably because, you know, there's one side that's like, oh my god, this is so funny, and then there's another side that's like, this is very uncomfortable, why is this being pushed out? I feel like TikTok picks and chooses, how do I say it? They pick and choose who they want to be on the platform and who can thrive on the platform, and they let a lot of weird shit slide. Like this, for example, could be, you know, you reported, all that stuff, but people are making more of them because they're like, oh my god, this is getting a lot of views, let me just do one too. And then nothing happens, they don't get real repercussions. And you know, back in the day people used to get doxxed if they did that type of shit, but now like they're hiding behind screens, and it's a lot easier to hide behind a screen when you don't when you hate on someone, because now you're just being more cowardly using AI just to portray your own real feelings about people of color.
All right, guys, I want you to take a look at this. Take a look at this.
You can tell this is AI because I haven't put my knee on his neck yet.
Now, I don't have an issue when it comes to AI for certain things, but when it comes to videos like this, lately I've been seeing a lot of videos putting us in a negative spotlight, and the majority of the time, I say 99% of the videos are not even made by us. It's just people creating prompts using us for more likes and more views. So please share this video. If you see a video like this, If you watch the whole entire thing, or if you're angry and start to comment on it with an angry, any type of comment, you are promoting that video out there more so that more people could watch it. So when you see a video like this, just scroll. Just scroll, don't interact with it, don't even watch the whole entire thing. If it's putting us in a negative spotlight, scroll past it.
I've seen Asian ones and I've seen Hispanic ones. The Hispanic ones is the ones of them running away from ICE, which is like a current issue right now where they're dealing with deportations and stuff.
They got me. Apparently I need a green card to vlog in this country. They said I'm getting shipped back to Mexico. I'm not even from Mexico.
And then I seen an Asian one where I guess the guy was serving his friend's food, and then he opened the oven and then there was a dog running out. And that was always something that people said about Asian people for the longest time, is that they eat dogs. And I never knew if that was confirmed or denied. I felt like I heard a long time ago they were eating dogs because it was like impoverished. So that's why they were eating it, because the people that were eating them were living in poverty, is what I'm trying to say. With AI videos, some of them look like legit people, but like there's some people that are using old people and they're like saying that they have like a shelter shut down, this fictitious shelter, and they'll keep reposting the same prompt, the same video over and over again, and they'll milk people for their money. And basically the whole video's purpose is to get people to give them money. If you look at the page, it's just all the same videos. Why do I keep getting this video on my page all the time? And at some point I had to block it because I was like, this is kind of weird, this is kind of annoying. Why isn't anyone questioning it? I think I've seen one other person question how weird it is, because it was all over everyone's feed for like a month. And I have a really hard time with that type of stuff, because I'm pretty sure with people engaging with the video and sharing it, it got like over 1 million views. So that's why, like, either way, if they didn't like cash app them or whatever, they still were getting money because of the follower count and the view count. So the more views, I guess, and the more engagement, you get more money, I guess. And if they hit that 1 minute mark on TikTok, then you know, like, it's for money reasons, because when you hit a 1 minute mark on TikTok and you have over 10,000 followers, then you get paid. So yeah, it's a scheme, it's a scam pretty much. And the fact that people are becoming more gullible and believing this bullshit, like, it's mind-boggling to me, because I can tell when it's AI. There was one where there was like this cheating thing, and they're like, oh my god, I found my boyfriend on a dating app, and they kept promoting this cheating website where you can find your partner on this cheating website, which is probably a phishing scam. And it kept being promoted over and over again, and it's just like this girl crying and showing her computer screen, and I'm like, why do they keep promoting this? And then a bunch of people are like, oh my god, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. You guys look stupid, like hella stupid, because I'm just like, why do you guys keep being so gullible? Like, it's giving like a boomers, you know? And I think because it's becoming more advanced, and I think it's because they'll literally freaking use actual people, real people, and then they'll put their own prompt, and then it could spew out whatever it wants. It's really creepy. There was even one video where there was like this that's been going around, of this AI video that was of this black man that was in a cotton field, and he was promoting a hat with like some fans. So I'm like, a lot of people were talking about it for a hot minute because it was all over the place. The main purpose was to promote this hat and get you to buy this hat, right? I've seen it in real life and on an actual person, and it was around Father's Day, and they were trying to promote it for fathers because they're the ones that are gonna be wearing the hats most likely. And but then that video popped up, and he's promoting it, he's saying the prompts like, oh, you need to get this, but he was in the clothes, like the attire that a lot of slaves would wear, and it was just very distressing to see, and it's very uncomfortable to watch because it's being pushed a lot. And I think they're trying to normalize casually being racist all the time again, you know, because before you couldn't be able to do those type of things, but now with AI they're kind of normalizing racism again. And when I saw that, a lot of people were reacting to it, which, as you should. I feel like, you know, even like people that weren't black that were even talking about how weird it was, and I was really glad about that. I mean, it's the bare minimum, but the more people talking about it, the better, because it needs to not be normalized. The best way to really avoid them as much as you can is to probably block them and just mute their pages or whatever. There's not really a lot of options to avoid this, because I've been seeing a lot of like black AI influencers, and they'll just be eating seafood boils and having this really thick accent, like a country accent, and I'm like, oh cool, like this is just how they see everyone.
I'm at this luxury mall and these old white folks keep looking at me like I'm crazy. Child, I do not care. First stop, Chanel. I think I'm gonna buy this one. Child, this sales associate kept acting like I couldn't afford to shop there. So you know I had to buy out the whole store.
And the ones that they were doing as monkeys were women. There was very rarely where I saw like black men as monkeys in the AI videos. It was mostly black women. They sounded like black women. They had long nails. They had weaves in. And they always had names like LaQuisha or Quisha, like something with the Isha at the end.
Hey, hoes, the police chasing after me because they think I escaped the zoo. Y'all come help me. I don't want to be locked up. I got kids back at home.
I feel like it's a modern day minstrel show, in my opinion, because I just am like, I always, well, I don't always think this, but I sometimes think that we're progressing, and then we're like, I see something and then we're going like 50 steps back. And this is that moment where I'm like, I thought that we're moving past, you know, that type of stuff, racism, but now we're going 50 steps back. And everyone should know what a minstrel show is, but basically, if you don't know, it's basically a show that was not a show, but like it was played in theaters and in TV shows, movies, all that stuff, and it was basically to portray black stereotypes back in the 19th century. And they would have like blackface, they would make their lips really big, basically make them look like monkeys pretty much, because they always said that black people look like monkeys, even though like the closest animal to us is a monkey, but they turn it into like a racist thing, and it's a hateful thing, you know what I mean? It was going on for like a really long time. They portrayed black people as lazy and just a lot of bad things, and it stopped around one of the world wars, 20th century, something like that. But they put those type of stereotypes in different ways nowadays. Like they put them in TV shows, you know. It's not just black people, it's everyone, because you can be typecasted as a stereotype. Like, let's use Sofia Vergara. She's a good example of that, because she's always seen as the spicy Latina in every show, every movie that she's in, and she's very recognizable because of her voice. And she was typecasted. Like when she was on Modern Family, she was the spicy Latina on there, and she was very reactive and just, you know, on 100 all the time. And then it was like normalized on that show because, you know, everyone was like simping over her because she was super like reactive and super like opinionated and stuff like that. I don't know how else to say it, but that's just how it is. But there's a lot of people that do get typecasted in that role. Tyler Perry, when he does Medea, that's all on him, but he was typecasted. basically every movie, everything that he's made that's about black people, it's always about people struggling. It's always about them struggling, and it shouldn't always be like that. And I feel like he kind of just sees it like that's just what they are, just a struggle bus. And it gets really old, but I think that the reason why he keeps making them is because people probably still like him for him. And if we all just stop watching it like, you know, like a normal person, I think that he would eventually stop, probably, because he's not getting money from it. That's what I would think. But it's annoying to see that bullshit, because I'm just like, they make black women look very masculine, like dark-skinned women very masculine, and they make them look like they're just super duper aggressive all the time. And that's kind of how Medea was, just very aggressive, just very like, oh my god, on 100 all the time. But it was different on Medea, and the differences between Sophia and Medea is that it's more attractive on Sophia than Medea. I was never a huge fan of Medea. I actually kind of always hated it, and people always thought it was weird that I never liked it. But it's just, if you really tune in, even I don't know how I peeped this as like a little girl, but like I just knew something was just wrong about him. Like him portraying, like dressing up as a woman and portraying like literally every stereotype that you can think of, and then just using it as a comedic relief. That's kind of how the Minstrel show was. Like, it was just seen as comedic, and there were all like a bunch of skits about black people, and it was kind of normalizing it, you know. But I don't know, I get really tired of just seeing it all over my feed, and I feel like hopeless a lot, because I'm like, I feel like I can't do anything about this, because the more people that engage with it, it's going to be pushed out into the media. And especially if you're engaging with it, even leaving a hate comment, like, it doesn't really do anything but push their videos out more, because TikTok knows what it's doing, right? And they know that what they're worried about, views and shit, like what's worthy enough to be pushed out in the algorithm. Because I know that if you really spit like real ish that's going on, it will not be pushed out in the media like that, and kind of like, what is it called, like shadow ban you. And it really sucks when you're in that hole, because it takes a really long time to get out of that. So I wouldn't it's kind of like pointless to do it, because there's a lot of censorship. But I just find it weird that they allow racism and stuff like that, but you can't defend yourself. You can't even call someone weird on TikTok without your account getting a warning. Because I remember saying that someone was weird in my account, like I got a message immediately after, and it said, we took your comment down because they felt like it was rude. But I'm like, they let so much stuff slide on there, it's crazy. And it's just not fun because of it, because, you know, once kids get to it, they're gonna be like, oh my god, like this is normal because TikTok said it. Because a lot of kids are being raised by TikTok, so they think that everything that's being shown on TikTok, it's a good thing, it's normal. And it sucks, because for someone like me that brings awareness, like I'm gonna be like the problem. And I noticed that people think that whoever is bringing a really serious topic to the internet, and they're like, you should really like tune into it, they see that as a problem. And I'm like, I don't understand why it's an issue when this has been going on for a long time. And I find it really cringe when I see like a bunch of AI videos about past crime stories. There was a girl that died, I think in Brazil recently. She was like 26 years old, and she died in a active volcano, right? It wasn't actively erupting, but they said it was an active volcano. And she was with the tour guide and a bunch of other hikers, and she slipped and she couldn't get out. So then they kept trying to like find her, and they couldn't, what is it called, the rescue team couldn't get to her because of the weather conditions. So she essentially died from the weather, I believe. And then a couple days later, I see an AI video of the same story that I just mentioned, but they put Jesus next to her and made it seem like Jesus was talking to her in her last moments. And I'm like, how insensitive to have this when her parents are mourning her right now, because this is a very new issue, and you decided, oh yeah, this is definitely gonna help them. This is definitely gonna help with their grieving process. I just feel like people just forgot what sympathy was. They forgot how to read the room, and they're just like, oh yeah, this is definitely gonna, they're either thinking it's gonna get me a lot of views, or they're like, they think it's helping. It's not helping. Because I will be damned if my family member passed from that way and then I go on there just to get a little relief and I see them talking to God. Like, that would send me in a spiral. Like, this is not helping, you know, because that's not what I want to think about. They should be here. They're young, you know? But people think that they're helping, but they're not. And it's just like, why are people like this? I don't know if I wanted to bring this up, but when I said that people are becoming, like, normalizing racism again, I had an issue a couple days ago, and there's like this trend going on TikTok where people are being edited to Lamar Jackson edit, and basically you just use this song, this really old song from probably like 2015, right? And then you have your right hand and then you do this, and it's supposed to like cut to Lamar Jackson. So I did that on my spam page, and I caught I was like, oh, someone edit this, because like obviously like I've never been edited before. I've had everything else under the sun but edited, and I was hoping that someone was gonna do it. So then this person comments and they're like, yeah, I'll edit you. And the conversation was like very brief, but it seemed harmless. But then I started getting like a weird gut feeling that it just wasn't like genuine anymore. So then I go into his account because he said he was done editing it. I watch it. He doesn't even use the right song, for one. And for two, I see me, and then it cuts to a monkey. And I'm like, oh, wow. You know, I'm watching the video in front of my mom, and I'm like, this cannot be real. This cannot be real. Like, what? No one's ever called me that before. So I was very alarmed. I was uncomfortable. I was hurt. And I didn't want to say that on TikTok because I've been getting crucified on TikTok for months, since April, bro. And I don't want to show that I'm hurting from a lot of the hate comments I've been getting, because I feel like people will use that as leverage, and they'll be like, oh my god, this is what's getting to her, let's keep digging and digging and digging and digging. But it's a really bad problem on TikTok. It's not fun. They're constantly making fun of like a lot of people of color on there, and then the videos don't ever get, like, the people that make these type of videos, they get no repercussions. No repercussions. I didn't even bother report. I don't even know if I reported it, because I know that if I did, it's not gonna do anything. And for him to just sit there and do that and make it seem like it was harmless, it was crazy. Like, it was crazy, because I would never do anyone like that. Like, why even waste my time? I would have rather just had it stuck in the drafts at this point, you know? But it's kind of like this weird eerie feeling ever since after the ban, the fictitious ban. I don't even want to say ban, because it was just shut down for like 12, not even 12 hours, maybe 12 hours earlier this year. And then I feel like after that, the app has been weird. I feel like it's been because they were worried about censorship, I believe, and who's gonna own ByteDance. I don't even know who owns ByteDance right now. Like, the scary part is that a lot of these racist videos, a lot of these racist accounts are monetized, so if they see the money, they're gonna keep doing it because people follow them. Like, a bunch of people follow them. And I'm like, there's this gorilla called Kim, and she just talks a lot of like shit about nothing, And people are in the comments, even black people are like, I can't wait for the next video. Like, have we gone this far back in communication that we're literally relying on robots to validate our feelings? Like, it's creepy that we're just like allowing this and no one finds it alarming. I mean, there's a small group of people that are like, I hate AI, how it's and how what it does to the environment. There's people saying that like the reason why it's so hot everywhere is because of AI being used, and people don't want to hear that.
To everyone using AI to get their wigs and their scalps snatched off by fucking because AI is clearly racist, I just want to let you know you're doing all of that and we can't breathe in Memphis because there's a supercomputer spewing out harmful chemicals into the air, not to mention the extreme fucking heat. So just remember, every time you use AI for anything, especially to get your wig snatched off, you're literally polluting our fucking lungs. And that goes for Chat GPT, Google AI, anything AI, y'all. Please be smarter about this shit. Y'all are not only polluting the fucking earth, but y'all are literally polluting people's lungs and helping the fucking supercomputer tap out our water supply. A supercomputer was built in one of the poorest neighborhoods in Memphis. Our city officials approved of it. Now there's children and elderly people who can't feed, who cannot step outside of their home. And I find nothing funny about a black woman getting her wig or her hair ripped off. This shit's not entertaining. Y'all see that it's racist when y'all do it, and then y'all post it to entice other people to also do it.
They just want to hear that their robot friend is validating them and helping them get through whatever they're getting through. I've seen people use it for the weirdest things, like grocery lists. There was some that were using it for how can they tell if a fruit is ripe, so they'll ask ChatGPT if it's ripe. I've seen people use it for coloring books, so they'll put their kid in ChatGPT, generate this what is it called, this coloring book page of them with Bluey and some other characters. And people are just so willing, and there's so many AI trends. There's the AI boyfriend trend that's been going around for a long time, and basically people put into the prompt what they want their boyfriend to look like. Then they get a picture with them and that fictitious boyfriend, and they post it on TikTok. There were some that were putting like talking to, I guess it's called like Starla or something, and they talk to AI and ask them like what my future soulmate's gonna look like, and they compare it to their current partner. There's a lot. They use it for everything, and then they wonder why like they can't find anything else interesting. It's because, or they can't make real connections. It's because they rely on AI to do everything for them. This is like a huge marketing scheme, and I think they found a bunch of gullible people, a bunch of what is it called, gullible, lonely people, and it just happened to be a couple years after COVID hit, and they probably saw that like no one knows how to socialize anymore, and that everyone is constantly talking about how lonely they are, so like, let me just do this. There's a guy that recently just got engaged or married to an AI robot. It's getting really creepy, and no one is seeing the problem with this. And every day it's something different. There was a guy that graduated from, I think, college, and he said that he used ChatGPT to do all his homework. Like even his essay, which I don't understand how you guys are doing your essays with ChatGPT when apparently they put a bunch of like BS in it that doesn't make sense or has anything to correlate with the topic that you need to write about, and people are still falling for that. And I just find that very alarming. I just don't get that. Like, I don't get that. And I think it's just because, and it's a lot of Gen Zers that use ChatGPT, because I think we were just hit the hardest when it came to the whole after COVID thing, because that's when a lot of things went downhill for people. But it's becoming a normal thing. They're normalizing it, they're shoving it down our throats, so we can just be okay with it. And AI is taking a lot of like tech jobs, but we're just supposed to be okay with it. It's just really, really, really weird. Honestly, it's really weird. It's uncomfortable. I feel like every day they're coming out with a different thing. Like, I saw a girl twerking on a robot. Like, I think I'm gonna end the video here. I feel like I've talked for a long time, and if you have anything else to add to this, I would love to read the comments, and because I'm always interested in what you guys think. If you guys have any video suggestions, let me know, because that's why I haven't been posting, because I don't know what to post. So I've been posting a lot more on TikTok because I can just make a quick little 3-minute video over there, and it's really hard to find a video that's like a topic that's worth making a whole video about, you know. Some people are really shitting on people that make commentary videos now because they think that they recycle a lot of the same prompts, and people don't know how to think for themselves. So now it looks really bad because I think they're thinking about like people like Film Cooper and people like that probably get their commentary from comment section, and then they just put it in a video. That's not really me, you know. That's not really me. I do think for myself, and I don't want to like think that people think that I rely on comment sections to make my whole video. And you can tell that all my commentary is very authentic and my own thoughts, because I remember I got a comment saying that I sound like I got my commentary from someone, but those were all original thoughts. And you know, the crazy part is that the video that she was referring to, someone was commenting, copying almost verbatim what I said in that video when I was the first one to post it. But you're worried about me not having original thoughts. That's just weird. I don't know. And it was a bigger influencer, she had way more followers than me, and I finally understood what it's like to have someone copy off of you that's a bigger creator than you. I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share. That helps out a lot too. Follow me on all my socials, and I'll see you next week with another video, hopefully. Let's hope, because I do like posting on here. I just haven't found good video ideas. So yeah, okay,